Welcome to VSP News from Kolman's Corner. I am your host, David A. Kolman, editor of Fleet Maintenance Magazine, the only publication that is all maintenance, all management, all vehicle classes, all the time. As part of its plan for reducing the risk of rollover crashes, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has proposed a new federal safety standard to require electronic stability control, or ESC, on truck, tractors, and large buses. ESC systems are designed to reduce untripped rollovers and mitigate severe understeer or oversteer conditions that lead to loss of control. They do this by using automatic computer-controlled braking and reducing engine torque output. I asked Fred Andersky, Director of Government and Industry Affairs and Fleet Marketing for Bendix Commercial Vehicle Systems, when a final rule might be issued. Bendix is the North American leader in the development and manufacture of leading-edge safety and braking system technologies.
We expect to see a final rule sometime in 2014. NHTSA has announced that they want to publish the final rule in October.
The ESC rule is expected to be in a two-phase implementation.
The first phase will cover most tractors and all motor coaches, 26,000 pounds and above, so really class 7 and 8 air braked vehicles. And then the second phase, which will come 2 years later, will cover all the odds and ends that were left from a tractor perspective. So model year 2017, we expect to see most tractors and all motor coaches equipped with full stability, what we sell as Bendix ESP.
How does ESC function?
There are two systems that are in the market available for commercial vehicles, what we call full stability or electronic stability control and roll-only stability. And the differences are significant. And this is why we think NHTSA is going with the better technology, what we consider the better technology, electronic stability control. Electronic stability control has a lateral acceleration sensor that measures the side-to-side motion of the vehicle. So when a tractor trailer goes around a turn too fast and it's the friction of the tires are gripping, but the center of gravity is shifting, that's lateral acceleration, and that what leads to a rollover on a truck going around a turn too fast. They will also add a yaw rate sensor and a steer angle sensor, so we capture vehicle direction as well as driver intent. So vehicle direction and driver intent are important in loss of control situations. So slipping on ice, for example. The system reads where the driver wants the vehicle to go, knows where the vehicle is going, and if it feels those things aren't in alignment, we're not going where the driver wants us to go, we're going to apply the brakes. And we apply the brakes on the steer, the drive, and the trailer axles. So more brakes, and we apply the brakes as or where needed. So in a loss of control situation, we might just want to hit the left front steer axle and the rear trailer brakes instead of the drive brakes to help straighten out the tandem. In a rollover, you want to slow the vehicle down as quick as possible, so we want to apply all the brakes, and we can do that. Roll stability system only has the lateral acceleration sensor. It really helps on those rollover situations in dry. But because we know what the driver wants to do, and because rollovers and loss of control starts at the front of the vehicle, think of it as the head of the snake knows what the tail of the snake is doing, we feel that we get more stability performance in rollover and loss of control situations with full stability.
Bendix feels the next significant safety rulemaking will deal with what the US DOT has termed FCAM, Forward Collision Avoidance Mitigation. A notice of proposed rulemaking is anticipated by 2016, a final rule in 2017, and implementation with model year 2019 trucks. Andersky provided an overview of FCAM.
It utilizes a radar mounted at the front of the vehicle, sends out a signal about 500 foot in front, captures up to 32 objects, but the one it's most concerned about is the metallic object directly in front of the vehicle. That car starts to slow down, the system reacts by alerting the driver with following distance alerts, or if necessary, dethrottling, engaging the engine retarder or applying the brakes to help the driver mitigate the collision. One of the features on today's systems is called stationary object alert. What stationary object alert does is it gives the driver up to a 3-second heads up of a metallic object of size in their vehicle of travel. And this can come in handy. We've all heard of car or trucks running into stalled vehicles on the roadway. I even had one fleet tell me about a washing machine that they ran into. So this gives the driver alert.
Interestingly, the US DOT is now seeking greater input from the trucking industry for its future rulemakings.
About their strategic plan, that one of the things that is important for them to carry out in the future is to work more closely with industry in developing regulations. So I think that's a really good sign for how the regulation is going to come out, and I think it means a wider acceptance by fleets, OEMs, and suppliers in the future.
Additional information on Bendix, ESC, and FCAM systems and government safety regulations can be found by visiting Fleet Maintenance Magazine online. Thank you for tuning in to VSP News from Kolman's Corner. I am your host, David A. Kolman, editor of Fleet Maintenance Magazine, the only publication that is all maintenance, all management, all vehicle classes, all the time. Until our next broadcast, keep up to date with what is going on in our industry by visiting Fleet Maintenance Magazine online.